Hi everyone, Parul here, your usual host, and today I have got another episode with a friend from all the way from the state. Welcome on board, LA Roberts, and welcome to my show. Great to have you.
Good to be here.
Yeah, and LA Roberts will be sharing her journey, and she also be talking about something exciting that coming up in her platform as well. So let me give you a brief description who is L.A. Roberts. She's a transformational speaker, executive consultant, breakthrough strategist, radio personality, and international best-selling author. That's just a brief description. Now, L.A. Roberts is a three-time international best-selling author with more than 10 years experience as a transformational speaker, executive consultant, breakthrough strategist, and content creator. And she's a fintech corporate leader. Wow, amazing. She also founder and CEO of Inspire Global. Her first book, From Breakdown to Breakthrough Life After Death, has earned her a Platinum Author Award and featured on major networks such as NBC, ABC, CBS, and Fox. She also received the Valiant Warrior Award, among other honors. Eleroba's second book is The Root Cause, A Journey to Heal Your Inner Child, released August 2019. Now, Eleroba is currently a radio personality on iHeart Radio with her show From My Heart to Yours. It's really interesting, something I heard about it last year. She also received the honor of being named the top 50 most influential women in business by BIP Global Magazine. She enjoys touring the country, hosting Sister Sweet Talks. Now, another thing, I was surprised when she talked about it, sound really interesting. And her relax, release, and breathe retreat, all while finding time to do radio, TV, magazine interview with her phenomenally speaking and faith. Okay, there's a lot. I think I'm going to stop reading your bio. It's a lot. I want people to hear, because I'm reading from your bio. I want people to hear more from yourself, Roberts. So I know I just read a bit about you. Would you like to tell from yourself what exactly you do, kind of from your perspective, really?
Sure. Well, I always listen to my bio and think, wow, I did a lot of stuff and I am still doing a lot of things. But I did want to make a correction and I thought I'd change that. I am a radio personality and my show is called From My Heart to Yours. It is not on iHeartRadio anymore. It is on Apple Music, Streama, TuneIn, and WDR Media. So I did want to make that clear. We did a run on iHeartRadio for about 2.5 years and then we shifted over to Apple Music. Um, let's see. Who am I? I am everything that you said and more, right? I have now close to 15 years under my belt. And I'm just a lover of people, and I absolutely love to see the breakthrough in people when it happens. I speak from my heart. I really enjoy seeing people get it. So, yes, a transformational speaker. Yes, a fintech corporate leader. Yes, an international best-selling author. However, the first thing I am is just a loving human that wants people to do well in life. And so that's who I am. The titles are great, but if I stripped all of those titles from me, I would still be the same person without those. So
Well, thank you for correcting also, because sometimes bio goes quite quickly, goes out of it because you add in more. Yeah, so I just wanted to say, L.A. Roberts attended one of my events this year in January called Inspire Her Global Summit. And I think what amazing is her charisma, because everyone started dance and seeing everybody start. And I think your charisma is very attractive, very warm, very vibrant, it just, people just love you for who you are, you being the energy. And what I've seen in the room is the energy. You are glowing, your energy was spreading. And people were so happy People who are so happy, and I think that's what we need. People need that. What you provide, that's what people need. The energy, the vibrant, the happy feeling. And that,
Yeah.
when you start dancing and start talking, that comes up. I still can see you, on the floor, speaking and dancing. So that's one of the quality. I just described one quality, what I observed. So there'll be a lot of things we're going to talk about, but what I want to ask you, Robert, you do a lot of things. What you are, give me an example. Which one you are most passionate about? What gives you the vibe to help people?
Wow. You know what? I wish I could tell you what that was. It's just always been me. Um, I have always been the person to want to help someone else. I remember being a little girl, I couldn't have been no more than maybe 6. And my papa had a friend that was extremely ill. He needed a kidney. And he was sitting on the couch, and I looked at him and sat next to him, and I asked him what was wrong. And he was like, "Well, I'm kind of sad right now. I'm sick." And I said, "Well, what's wrong?" He said, "Well, I need a new kidney." And I said, "Okay, well, I can give you mine." It was nothing to me. And he said, oh, but I meant it. And so a lot of the times on my page, I put childlike faith because I'm still that 6-year-old, right? Like I'm still the little girl that wants to help people be better. I'm still the person that looks to help anyone in any way that I possibly can because that's who I was created to be. That's my heart. That's truly the core. So I don't know if I can answer the question of what makes me want to help or keep going because I can't stop, right? Like, like even when I'm discouraged or even when I'm feeling like I don't really want to do this anymore, there's always something that sparks my interest and I'm always pushing forward to do something else. So it's just who I am. It's in my DNA.
Absolutely. Yeah. We can see that from your talk, but watching you on the floor speaking, it just come across. So I think, you answered really well, childlike faith. I like the word because for you is all about humanity, isn't it? Helping others. That's what is all about is but I like your word, childlike faith. Sound like really, like really nice word. Now, obviously, you do a number of things and you also a corporate executive. How do you manage your time doing things you love, but also doing, things you need to do, kind of like, how do you balance all this in your life? And yeah, that's my first question. Then I'll come to next.
I know how to cut it off. There's a time and place for everything. My papa taught me that as well. You do what you have to do and then you cut it off. I allow myself to be who I need to be in the moment. And then my corporate executive job is really talking to people, getting them comfortable, building relationships. And so that is a great thing because it flows into what I do outside anyway. And so it just becomes easy for me to flip from corporate to, my personal way of doing things because it's all me, but I can't cut it off. At 5 o'clock, I am no longer the executive. Like that's just not who I am at that particular moment. And I deal with everything in time and place. So there's a time and place for everything. And it's just been something I've been blessed to do. I can cut it off.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. What you say, cut it off, because some people, passion is one thing, job is another thing. And what you mentioned is like your one is blend, but how do you cut it off? People, would you be able to just give some tips for those who are struggling to cut you off? Because some people, I coach some of the people who can't focus on their dream because they're too busy with work. So even though after 5 o'clock, they can't shut down their computers. Oh, let's do a bit more. That means their passion and their dream is suffering because they are busy with doing other person's job, other people's job because they are employee. How can people cut you off? What strategy do you apply? Is there any tips for people?
Well, I remember that my job is me assisting someone in building their dream and to keep their dream going. And that's okay because they're an investor. They are paying me to assist them in helping their dream continue to be successful. And so I have to always go back to my dream And so that's how I'm able to cut it off, by putting it in perspective. I am assisting someone else, and now I have to assist myself. And at the end of the day, you can't help someone more than you help you, because then you'll suffer. And so you have to ask yourself, why am I giving more time to someone else's dream than I'm giving to my own? And so you just have to take a step back. And so the thing that I would tell someone is to consider exactly what their dream is and how important it is to them. Because I understand we have to make money. I understand we have bills to pay. I get that. But at the end of the day, if you're not happy about your life and following your passion and really in the vein of your purpose, then are you really living? And that's what we're here to do. We're here to live. And so you can't live for someone else. You have to live for yourself. So learning how to cut it off. Okay, I'm helping this person. I did the best that I could in the hours allotted. Now it's time for me to do this. But also, when I find that people are doing extra work or trying to do more work, or it's because they're behind, they're not actually scheduling it out correctly. I use my calendar. I put everything down. And if it does not get, done for that particular thing at my corporate job, I push it to the next day, because there's no one on the table about to die. I always tell people that, unless you are a surgeon, or you are something that a surgeon, and you are doing surgery and somebody's life is in your hand, remember, nobody's bleeding out, nobody's going to die. It's not that deep. You can get back to it later. So those are the things that I have to remind myself and tell myself, that I'm telling you all as well. Don't get yourself caught up in something that's not going to benefit you and stress you out to the point where you're too tired to do what you love. It's not that deep.
Absolutely. I love that last bit you said, you know, cut you off, but you are not a surgeon and you should focus on your dream, not somebody else's dream. Yes, you get paid, you do the job. That's it. Cut it off.
Cut it off.
Yeah, cut it off. Love the word cut it off. That's very interesting. Great tips. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, no, I've seen people struggle, really struggle to balance their work and focus on their passion and their dream. So that's really good tips. Now, you were mentioning about some events you got coming up. So it'll be good to hear a bit more about your event, what is
Yeah.
coming up, and how people can participate, and what is all about. Tell us.
So I actually have 3 great things that are coming up.
Wow. Please tell us one by one.
Well, the first thing, and I don't know if you've seen this, but I'm a part of an anthology with Lisa Nichols,
Mhm.
and the name of the book is Against All Odds, and that is releasing July 11th. So
Yeah,
I'm very
I've seen on
excited.
your, yeah.
Very excited about that. And then, as you mentioned a little earlier, I am the founder of I Inspire Global, where
Yeah.
ordinary people with extraordinary stories change the world. And I am doing my very first I Inspire Global Honors, which I will be honoring 7 individuals for doing absolutely amazing things in the earth. And what I do at I Inspire Global is I touch on people that may or may not be recognized for the beautiful things that they do. And so there are so many things that people pay attention to, especially like on social media. You have to have all this money, or you have to have the celebrity attached to you or something to get recognized. When there are people that are working with organizations that are truly changing lives, and everybody deserves that right and deserves that privilege to be recognized for the beautiful things that they do. And so that's something that I am going to be doing for 7 individuals on September the 21st here in Atlanta, Georgia. Then fast forward in the same vein of I Inspire Global, I am going to be doing If My Girls Could Talk, which is my second annual, well, yeah, guess I can say it's annual now, because I'm going to be doing it every year. It's a breast cancer awareness event, which I place individuals who have faced the illness or going through the illness on stage. They're able to share their testimonies and actually bring more awareness to breast cancer. I bring entertainers in, they have great time, and things of that nature. I sell t-shirts and bands, and everybody is very excited. So those are the 3 things that I have coming up.
Amazing. First of all, congratulations on your book launch.
Thank
And
you.
also the award they're starting sound really exciting, recognizing people. And breast cancer awareness, why you decided to focus on breast cancer?
It was placed on my heart. I had a scare. I've had a couple of scares where if I was not paying attention to my own body, then maybe I would not have noticed. And so, what I find is that women, as well as men, we're not conscious of our own bodies. Unfortunately, had a situation where I found a lump and I went into my doctor for my yearly exam. And while she was doing my breast exam, she was so just talking to me and not even really paying attention. And I had to pull her back to it and said, "Did you feel that?" And she was like, "Where?" And I had to show her. And I said, "Well, okay. Well, I changed doctors because for whatever reason you were not paying attention." And I understand doctors do this every single day, but my life is very important and I need to be ahead of it, right? And so the next time, and I ended up having to have a biopsy. And it was a long journey for them to tell me that I was fine. And it was very emotionally draining. And it was something that I understood firsthand. It happened again where I found three. And I'm learning my body. Like, there's a difference. And I don't know if anybody knows, but you have to know the difference between having dense breast or, or fatty tissue. In my case, I have dense. And so now I know, like, oh, okay, wow, this is not uncommon for me, but still getting to know my body. And so when that ended up happening, I said, there are a lot of women that don't get the breast exam. And I wonder why. Because when Breast Cancer Awareness Month comes around, people normally put on their gym shoes and they go take the walk. They go and they wear their pink, and that's it. But a lot of women, and women that I've known for years, have never gotten the actual exam. And so it was placed on my heart to do if my girls could talk to bring more awareness. And it was an extreme success last year, and it's going to be the same this year. So that's how
Amazing,
I came to
amazing,
that.
amazing. Uh, Important point you said is I got to look after myself. That is absolutely, and I think doesn't matter whether doctor, physician, whatever people's rules are, end of the day, we are responsible for physical, emotional, mental health. And as I say, doctor or other people, you see, sometimes people are busy and they don't notice, but you know your body more than anyone else. You know your mind
Yes.
more than anybody else. You know your feelings. So go with your gut feeling, go with the absolutely. We have to look after ourselves. So the absolutely great point. Thank you for sharing. Um, so how people I know, is you doing physical event or is it online, your breast cancer awareness one?
Now, the breast cancer event, I will see if I can find a way. Last year it was streamed live, and
Mm.
maybe I'll be able to do the same this year for the people that are not able to actually attend. So I'll look into that as
Mm-hmm.
far as streaming it live because it truly is something that's touching. The testimonies are touching, the women that are sharing, the support that they find in one another, you know. I'm actually featuring a young lady this year, and I made a promise to her. She came to the last event. She won the If My Girls Could Talk basket. And when she came up, she was crying and she was shaking. And her cousin leaned over and told me that she currently was going through, breast cancer at that moment. And so I took her to the side, asked could I share, and I prayed for her immediately in front of everyone. I said, "Well, we're going to stop this program right now, or what's going on right now, or we're going to encourage her." And so I did that. And a promise to her was, "I need you to stay focused. I need you to, focus on being healthy, and next year I'll bring it to you." And so this year it's not in Atlanta. This year is in Augusta, Georgia, because that's where she lives. And I'm taking the event to her. And I reached out to her cousin and said, "You tell her what I said. We'll be there October 19th. So get ready to tell her story." And so it was bigger than just, it was a promise. And so I took it I'm taking it to another city. And next year I'll probably do the same and take it to another city, if only just to give somebody the encouragement to keep going because they'll be able to share their story. So
That's amazing. So amazing. First of all, thank you for sharing your story and also what you are doing. So if people want to connect with you, what's the best way to connect with you?
larobertspeaks.com. You can go to my website, go to the contact me page, or you can go to my Facebook, LA Roberts, or you can go to Instagram, LA Roberts. Everything is LA Roberts, and they all have my beautiful face. Now, if you see somebody else, they are an imposter. Do not believe it. It's not me. But reach out to me, inbox me, or you can email me at breakthrough at larobertsspeaks.com. Again, that's breakthrough at larobertsspeaks.com. And someone on my team will get back in contact with you, and we'll see what you need.
Thank you. And before we finish off, everyone, I'm going to be putting link of LA Roberts' website and also her social media pages below this video as well. So just finishing off with your last point, if you were to leave one point with our audience, what would that be?
If I was to leave one point, stay encouraged. You're not racing against anyone. What's for you is for you. Don't compare. It's a waste of time. Love yourself, trust yourself, and enjoy the journey.
Amazing, absolutely. So everyone, you had a lot of things from Ella Roberts. If you want to know more about what she does, she gave you details of all her pages, but also put links. So get in touch, get to know her, find out what she does. Everything now online as well as physically. If you live in Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia, then obviously you can see her event physically, but online available as well. So stay tuned. You never know, by sharing this video, you could be helping someone. So please do share, like our video. And when you like the video, you actually get a lot when we interview somebody else. So stay tuned. And Ella Roberts, thank you very much for giving your time for our audience. And hopefully you'll come back with another topic. And everyone, bye for now and stay tuned for next release.
Thank you.